everybody. This is Ariel. I am a yoga instructor and a physical therapist, and welcome to my virtual home studio. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about meditation, and I have been getting a lot of personal questions just from friends and family and clients about how to meditate and how to actually start a meditation practice. So today I'd just like to go through the steps of how to meditate and then a short meditation. Overall, this should take maybe 10-15 minutes, and it's something that you can implement into your day in small doses. And I think the most important part to recognize when you're new at anything is that you can't just go from not doing something to doing something all the time for long durations. It's really a lot easier to make those small changes over time because it promotes some positive feedback to you. If you set a goal of achieving something for 10 minutes and you do that for 5 days out of the week, it feels a lot better because you've achieved that goal 5 times. Versus if you set yourself a goal of meditating for an hour for a whole week every single day, and then you don't achieve, even if you achieve 5 out of 7 of those, that's great. But then there's still going to be kind of this gap of, oh man, like I didn't do that. So it can kind of lead to a negative thought pattern. So like I said, this is very accessible entry level into meditation. I have first the setup of how you want to meditate. I'm going to give you a few different options. So I have some yoga props here, but I understand that meditation and yoga do not always have to go together. So if you don't have these props, no worries. I would also suggest having a wall nearby, or you can just use a blanket or some books. Everyone should have those in their house. So we're first going to get started. So some people think of meditation and they think of like someone sitting cross-legged with, their hands open and chanting. And yes, that's a form of meditation, but those are like professional meditators, okay? We're not going to go and shoot for that standard at the beginning here. I don't meditate like that, and I'm going to show you different ways that maybe you don't even recognize are ways to meditate. So option 1 is to sit against a wall, okay? And what this helps is it supports your back, it takes a lot of the pressure off, and you also feel a little bit more grounded versus sitting in open space. So you can take a blanket just to pad your butt, and then you can just sit back. And you don't even have to sit crisscross applesauce. That's actually pretty uncomfortable for a lot of people. So you can sit with your legs here. You can sit with them in front of you. You can sit like in a diamond shape, whatever feels good for you, because you are going to want to be in a posture you can sustain for at least 5 minutes, okay? You can even sit in a chair and have the chair against a wall so that you can kind of rest yourself into the chair, okay? Wouldn't encourage resting into a chair all day, but during meditation, you really want it to be more about what the mind is doing and not have these aches and pains coming up in the body that can really be something your mind latches onto. Another option, if you'd prefer to be grounded on the ground, is to lay down, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple different variations with this. Again, taking your blanket and using that for your head. And the only thing I am going to say is that don't get in too comfortable of a position here, okay? Because you don't want to fall asleep when you meditate, especially if you do it in the morning in your bed, which sometimes I will meditate in my bed, but I will not lay in the same position that I was asleep in, because this is a transition from, sleep into wakefulness and just conscious wakefulness. So here's a position here. Knees are bent, which helps my back take some pressure off of it. I got some cushion under my head. And you can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. That just helps you with the breathing aspect of it. Okay? So, I'm giving you a few different options. For today's purposes, just so you all can hear me and see me, I am actually going to stay seated on my mat with a block. That helps just create a little bit more space between the hip joint and the back, which actually decompresses your SI joints, which connect the two. So this is what I'm going to take, but I want you to find any posture that I just showed you, or if you have another posture that's comfortable where you can breathe deep, go ahead and find that space. And then we're going to get started. We're going to just go right into a 5-minute meditation. And what that is going to look like is different for all of us, okay? But the first part that we're going to do is breathe, because breath work anchors us in our body, and it also gives our mind something to focus on instead of the chit chat and chatter of what our mind wants to focus on sometimes. So wherever you are, I want you to breathe in through your nose and take a sigh out of your mouth. Do that again, in through the nose, sigh out of the mouth. And then I want you to sniff 3 times, just like that. So just in through your nose, quick breaths of air. One more time. And then relax. So think about that same action of sniffing, but now we're going to try to bring that into a longer breath. The sniff activates our diaphragm. You might have felt like a snapping motion in the belly. So again, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now close the mouth and breathe in and out of the nose. Think about that you're smelling something really delicious. So you're savoring the breath as it slowly comes into the body. So you're taking a really long, slow sniff in. And that same exhale out. So that's part 1 of the meditation practice, is getting the breath. And this can be where your meditation lies. You can stay in this position, breathing in and out 20 times. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out. And allow yourself here to let your thoughts go wherever they need to go. The act of meditating is not trying to shut off your thoughts and becoming void of thought. Instead, I want you to approach your thoughts as if they're clouds in the sky. So as they come into the central focus of your vision or your attention, you pay attention, but then just as it slowly came in, allow that thought to slowly fade out. Don't worry if that's difficult at first. Just keep practicing. With every new thought that comes in and every new breath that we take, we have an opportunity to try again. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale and exhale. Big breath in through the nose and breath out. Now, wherever you are, I want you to slowly start some physical movement of wiggling your fingers. Like you're strumming or drumming the ground, or wherever your hands are, maybe they're on your thighs. Noticing the rhythm there. that internally generated rhythm that you intuitively have. And then slowing that down till your fingers become still again. Taking a few more breaths here, sealing in this act of consciously slowing things down a bit. Even if your mind was at 80 miles an hour before and now you're at 79, that is a win. And then slowly starting to bring yourself out of the meditation, either by coming back to that conscious movement, strumming your fingers. Maybe you start rolling the shoulders a bit, finding a little twist in the spine, bringing the sensation more physical, but moving slow. And then slowly finding your eyes open if you close them. And just noticing how you feel right now in this moment. This is an awesome chance to jot down just one line of how you feel in a journal or just in your mind, so that when you return to this meditation practice again, maybe tomorrow or whenever you find the time, that you remember and you can track just how it's making you feel, if you need to make any adjustments. And really, whatever you're feeling is fine. If you're feeling like you were just breathing, that's okay. If you're feeling like you still had a lot of thoughts come up, that's fine. But maybe you also felt that there was just 0.1 of a second where that dropped away, and where you could create a little bit of space from one thought to the next. And as you build on the meditation practice, that's all we're doing, is allowing a little bit more space between each of those clouds of thoughts as they come in. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I really hope that whether you watch this in the morning or in the evening, that this brought you a little bit more peace in your life, and that it was an accessible practice for you. I've also created an ebook that goes along with this intro to meditation practice. I talk a little bit more about different types of meditation. So today we just did a guided breath work and a guided meditation since I was speaking to you. There's also moving meditation, and there's a lot of different other varieties. I'll let you check it out in the ebook. Have a lovely rest of your day, and until I see you again, peace.